What if I told you that the key to quieting the relentless noise of fibromyalgia isn't hidden in a high-tech lab or a prescription bottle? What if it's been in plain sight all along, overlooked by mainstream science and ignored by the very people you've turned to for help? For the millions who live with this invisible illness, that statement might sound like just another empty promise. You've been on the medical merry-go-round. You've heard it all. It's all in your head. You just need to exercise more. Here's a prescription for an antidepressant. It might help with the pain. Each suggestion, each dismissal, feels like a fresh layer of insulation between you and a world that doesn't understand your daily battle. But today, we're going to tear down that wall. Because we're not going to talk about merely managing your symptoms. We're going to talk about a fundamental shift in understanding what fibromyalgia is, and how a shockingly simple approach, one that you can start at home today, could offer you the relief you thought was impossible. Fibromyalgia is a thief. It steals your energy, leaving you with a profound, bone-deep fatigue that no amount of sleep can cure. It steals your focus, shrouding your mind in the infamous fibrofog, making simple thoughts and conversations feel like a monumental effort. It steals your comfort, replacing it with a widespread, chronic pain that can feel like aching, burning, stabbing, or twitching, often all at once. The pain migrates, setting up camp in your neck one day and your legs the next, always keeping you off balance. The so-called tender points are not just tender. They are excruciating, turning a gentle touch or a friendly hug into a source of agony. It's an experience of sensory overload where your nervous system seems to be screaming at you 24 hours a day. And the greatest theft of all? It can steal your identity. You go from being an active, vibrant person to someone who has to carefully budget every ounce of energy, canceling plans, stepping back from hobbies, and often feeling like a burden to your loved ones. You are not a hypochondriac. You are not lazy. You are a warrior in a silent, exhausting war being waged within your own body. A war that conventional medicine has, for the most part, failed to comprehend, let alone win. Let's be brutally honest about the conventional approach. When a patient presents with the classic symptoms of fibromyalgia, widespread pain, fatigue, sleep disturbances, the journey often begins with a series of tests to rule everything else out. When blood work and scans come back normal, the diagnosis is often made by exclusion. And what is the reward for finally getting a name for your suffering? A very limited and often disappointing toolbox. Doctors might prescribe painkillers, from over-the-counter NSAIDs like ibuprofen, which barely touch the sides of fibromyalgia pain, to more potent opioids, which come with a high risk of dependency and don't address the root cause. Then come the nerve pain medications like Lyrica or Neurontin, or antidepressants like Cymbalta or amitriptyline. While these can provide some relief for some people, they often come with a heavy price: weight gain, drowsiness, increased brain fog, and emotional numbing. It often feels like you're trading one set of debilitating symptoms for another. This isn't a solution. It's a compromise. It's a chemical bandage on a complex wound that it was never designed to heal. The reason for this limited approach is not a lack of caring from individual doctors. It's a systemic issue. The medical system is built around a model of diagnosing a specific pathology and prescribing a targeted, patentable drug to fix it. But fibromyalgia doesn't fit this neat model. There's no single blood marker, no broken bone, no visible tumor. And because you can't patent a dietary change or a simple naturally occurring molecule as effectively as a synthetic drug, the research funding and pharmaceutical interest just aren't there. It's a simple, uncomfortable economic truth. There is no billion-dollar incentive to promote a cure you can do at home. So, where does that leave us? It leaves us needing to look deeper, beyond the symptoms and into the very engine room of our bodies, our cells. The prevailing scientific theory of pain in fibromyalgia centers on central sensitization, the idea that the central nervous system gets stuck in a state of high alert, amplifying pain signals. This is absolutely part of the puzzle. But it begs the question, what is causing the nervous system to become so haywire in the first place? What if the problem isn't just in the brain and spinal cord, but starts with a widespread energy crisis at the cellular level? Imagine every cell in your body has tiny power plants called mitochondria. Their job is to take the food you eat and the air you breathe and convert it into the energy molecule known as ATP. ATP is the currency of life. It powers everything from muscle contraction to nerve firing to brain function. Now, what if the mitochondria in a person with fibromyalgia are dysfunctional? What if they are damaged, inefficient, and failing to produce enough ATP? Suddenly, the key symptoms start to make perfect sense. Widespread muscle pain and weakness, your muscle cells are literally running out of power. Debilitating fatigue, your entire body is in a low battery state, unable to generate the energy needed for daily life. Fibrofog, your brain cells, which are incredibly energy hungry, are sputtering and struggling to communicate effectively. This isn't a new outlandish theory. A growing body of research is pointing directly to mitochondrial dysfunction as a core biological basis for fibromyalgia. Studies have shown that patients with fibromyalgia have lower levels of key mitochondrial components, like coenzyme Q10, and show increased signs of oxidative stress, a kind of cellular rust caused when damaged mitochondria leak harmful molecules called free radicals. These free radicals then damage surrounding cells, creating inflammation and triggering pain receptors, perpetuating a vicious cycle of energy deficit and pain. This is the mechanism that science has been slow to embrace, because the solution doesn't lie in a complex synthetic drug, but in nourishing and protecting these cellular power plants. This is the secret that has been ignored. This understanding shifts everything. It reframes fibromyalgia not as a mysterious psychosomatic illness, but a tangible metabolic disorder, an energy crisis. It's a game changer because an energy crisis has a logical solution. You either have to decrease energy demand or, more powerfully, increase the efficiency and health of your energy supply. This is where the power shifts back into your hands. While you can't change your genes, you can profoundly influence the environment in which your mitochondria operate. The food you eat, the nutrients you supply, the gentle movements you make, and the restorative practices you adopt can all directly support mitochondrial function, helping to repair the damage and ramp up energy production. This is about working with your body's innate intelligence, rather than fighting against its signals with suppressive drugs. It's about rebuilding from the ground up, cell by cell. We're moving away from the question of how do I numb the pain to the far more empowering question of how do I restore my body's ability to produce energy and heal itself. The journey isn't instantaneous, but it is logical, it is evidence-based, and it is something you have control over. So, as we delve into the practical steps of this home-based cure, you are taking the first step on a different path. A path that respects the deep biological reality of your condition and offers a clear, actionable roadmap toward feeling better. We are not just chasing symptoms anymore. We're targeting the root cause. This information can be life-changing, so if you are ready to finally understand the why behind your struggle and are eager to learn the first practical steps you can take to reclaim your energy and vitality, consider subscribing to our channel. You won't want to miss what's coming next. The journey to reclaiming your life starts now, with this crucial piece of knowledge that has been kept in the shadows for far too long. The power to heal begins with understanding, and your understanding is about to get a major upgrade. Now that we have established that fibromyalgia can be understood as a profound cellular energy crisis, the path forward becomes remarkably clear. It's not about finding a magic bullet drug. It's about systematically providing your body with the right fuel and the right tools to repair its own energy production machinery. This is the at-home cure science has been too slow to study and the pharmaceutical industry has no interest in funding. The approach rests on two foundational pillars: First, removing the inflammatory gunk that is actively harming your mitochondria, and second, flooding your system with the precise building blocks your cells are starving for. It's a simple strategy of subtraction and addition. Let's start with what you must remove from your diet, and some of these may shock you because they are staple foods in millions of households. The primary enemy of your mitochondria is chronic inflammation and oxidative stress, and the single greatest driver of this in the modern diet is sugar and refined carbohydrates. When you consume things like white bread, pasta, sugary cereals, and sodas, you are sending a metabolic hurricane through your body. This rapid influx of sugar forces your mitochondria to go into overdrive, working frantically to process it all into energy. The unfortunate byproduct of this rushed, inefficient process is a massive burst of free radicals. Think of it like revving a car engine into the red line. You'll get a burst of speed, but you'll also produce a lot of toxic, damaging exhaust fumes. These free radicals, this cellular exhaust, attack your mitochondrial membranes, damage their DNA, and impair their ability to function. Over time, this leads to the very mitochondrial dysfunction we've discussed. Cutting out sugar isn't just about weight loss. For someone with fibromyalgia, it's about stopping an ongoing chemical assault on your cellular power plants. This is non-negotiable. Equally insidious are the industrial seed oils, things like corn oil, soybean oil, canola, and sunflower oil. They are packed with omega-6 fatty acids, which, while necessary in small amounts, are massively overrepresented in our diets. This imbalance with anti-inflammatory omega-3s creates a constant state of low-grade inflammation throughout the body, the perfect storm for amplifying pain sensitivity and perpetuating the cycle of fibromyalgia symptoms. Swapping these for stable, healthy fats like extra virgin olive oil, avocado oil, and coconut oil is a crucial first step to cooling the inflammatory fires. For many, another major inflammatory trigger can be found in gluten and certain dairy proteins like A1 casein. While not an issue for everyone, a significant subset of fibromyalgia patients reports a dramatic reduction in pain and brain fog after eliminating them. The science behind this points to intestinal permeability, or leaky gut. When the gut lining is compromised, undigested protein fragments can leak into the bloodstream, where the immune system flags them as foreign invaders. This triggers a body-wide inflammatory response that can exacerbate pain, fatigue, and cognitive issues. If you're suffering, a 30-day elimination of these food groups is a powerful diagnostic tool that costs nothing. I know this can sound daunting, and it raises a lot of questions. In fact, many of you have probably tried different diets before. I would be very interested to hear about your own experiences. What foods have you noticed make your symptoms worse or better? Please share your journey and insights in the comments below. Your experience could be the one thing that helps someone else connect the dots in their own health puzzle. Now for the exciting part, addition. Once you've started clearing out the inflammatory debris, you need to provide your body with the clean, high-efficiency fuel it needs. The foundation of this is shifting your primary energy source from carbohydrates to healthy fats. Fats are a much cleaner burning fuel for mitochondria, producing far fewer free radicals per unit of energy. This means more ATP and less cellular damage. Think of foods like avocados, wild-caught fatty fish like salmon, nuts and seeds like chia and flax, and extra virgin olive oil. These don't just provide clean energy, they are packed with anti-inflammatory compounds and essential nutrients. Alongside this, you must build a rainbow on your plate. Eat a wide variety of colorful vegetables and low-sugar fruits like berries. The vibrant colors in these plants are not just pretty, they are pigments that represent powerful antioxidants and polyphenols. The anthocyanins in blueberries, the lycopene in tomatoes, the sulforaphane in broccoli. These are the molecular firefighters your body uses to neutralize free radicals and protect your mitochondria. Prioritize dark leafy greens like spinach and kale, which are loaded with magnesium and B vitamins, both critical for energy production. Think of your grocery cart as your new pharmacy, and every healthy food you put in it is a dose of medicine for your cells.
However, even with a perfect diet, years of cellular stress and nutritional deficiencies means we need to be more strategic. This is where targeted supplementation comes in, providing therapeutic doses of the exact nutrients your mitochondria are desperately craving. The first and most important is coenzyme Q10 or CoQ10. CoQ10 is the spark plug in your mitochondrial engine. It is an essential component of the electron transport chain, the final stage of cellular respiration where the vast majority of your ATP is made. Without adequate CoQ10, the whole energy production line backs up. Critically, multiple studies have shown that fibromyalgia patients have significantly lower levels of CoQ10 in their cells. Supplementing with it, preferably in its more bioavailable form ubiquinol, can directly address this deficiency. Research has demonstrated that supplementation can lead to significant reductions in pain, fatigue, and morning stiffness. This isn't theoretical, it's a documented biological deficiency with a clear solution. The next crucial nutrient is magnesium. It's often called the master mineral or the relaxation mineral for good reason. It is a cofactor in over 300 enzymatic reactions in the body, many of which are directly involved in the creation of ATP. A magnesium deficiency can manifest as muscle tension, cramps, poor sleep, and anxiety. Sound familiar? They're the hallmark symptoms of fibromyalgia. The problem is that many forms of magnesium are poorly absorbed. For fibromyalgia, practitioners often recommend magnesium malate. This is because the malate portion is malic acid, a key component of the Krebs cycle, the very cycle inside your mitochondria that generates energy-rich molecules. So, you're getting the muscle-relaxing benefits of magnesium, plus a direct fuel source for your cellular engines. Another powerful supplement is D-Ribose. This is a 5-carbon sugar that is the structural backbone of the ATP molecule itself. When your cells are in an energy crisis, they can't make D-ribose fast enough. Supplementing with it provides a direct raw ingredient, bypassing several slow metabolic steps and allowing your cells to rapidly regenerate their depleted ATP stores. Studies, including a famous one by Dr. Jacob Teitelbaum, have shown that D-ribose can produce a dramatic increase in energy levels and a significant decrease in pain for fibromyalgia sufferers. Finally, we have acetyl-l-carnitine, or ALCAR. Think of ALCAR as the transport shuttle. Its primary job is to carry fatty acids across the mitochondrial membrane to be burned for fuel. Without enough ALCAR, even if you eat plenty of healthy fats, they can't get to the right place to be used for energy. ALCAR also has incredible neuroprotective properties, helping to support brain function and combat the debilitating fibrofog. Research has directly compared ALCAR to the prescription drug duloxetine and found it to be comparably effective at reducing pain, but with significantly better tolerability. These 4 supplements, CoQ10, magnesium malate, D-ribose, and ALCAR, form a synergistic core. They are not random vitamins. Each one plays a specific, vital role in addressing the mitochondrial dysfunction that lies at the heart of fibromyalgia. If these insights are already connecting the dots for you, just imagine the full picture we're building. Hit that subscribe button so you don't miss out on piecing it all together, because we're not done yet. Knowing what to do is one thing, but knowing how to implement it is the key.
We have journeyed deep into the cellular mechanics of fibromyalgia, understanding it not as a mystical, unbreakable curse, but as a solvable energy crisis. We've established the 2-pillar approach, removing inflammatory antagonists like sugar and industrial oils, and supplying your cellular engines with high-quality fuel and targeted nutrients like CoQ10, magnesium malate, D-ribose, and ALCAR. But nutrition, as foundational as it is only one piece of the healing puzzle. To truly address this condition and make the home-based cure effective, we must integrate this metabolic strategy with other critical lifestyle factors that directly influence your mitochondrial health and nervous system regulation. True healing requires a holistic approach, and now we will assemble the final pieces of this transformative protocol. The most powerful healer, and perhaps the one most elusive to those with fibromyalgia, is deep, restorative sleep. It's a cruel irony. The condition demands rest, but the pain and nervous system hyperactivity make quality sleep nearly impossible. You might get hours in bed, but you wake up feeling as if you've run a marathon. This is because cellular repair happens predominantly during our deep sleep cycles. This is when your brain's glymphatic system cleans out metabolic waste products and when your body focuses on repairing mitochondrial damage. Without it, you are starting every single day with an even deeper energy deficit. The nutritional strategy we've discussed helps immensely, as stable blood sugar and reduced inflammation are key for better sleep. But you must also create a rigid sleep hygiene routine. This means no screens, no phones, no tablets, no television for at least an hour before bed. The blue light emitted from these devices directly suppresses melatonin, your body's sleep-initiating hormone. Instead, use that time to signal to your body that it's time to wind down. Take a warm Epsom salt bath. The magnesium is absorbed through your skin. Read a physical book under dim, warm light. Practice gentle stretching or guided meditation. Your bedroom should be a sanctuary, pitch black, cool, and quiet. Even small amounts of light can disrupt sleep architecture. Think blackout curtains, eye masks, and covering all electronic LEDs. This isn't just about feeling less tired, it's about providing the non-negotiable window for your body to execute its cellular repair program. Next, we must reconsider our relationship with movement. When every fiber of your being aches, the advice to get more exercise can feel like a cruel joke. High-intensity workouts can be catastrophic, pushing your already strained energy systems past the breaking point and leading to post-exertional malaise that can last for days. The key is not to push through the pain, but to move with intention and gentleness. This is about signaling safety to your nervous system, not stress. The goal is to stimulate, not annihilate. Think of activities like gentle yoga, tai chi, or qigong. These practices combine slow, deliberate movements with deep breathing, which helps to switch your nervous system out of the fight-or-flight sympathetic mode and into the rest and digest parasympathetic mode, where healing occurs. Even a short 10-minute walk in nature, focusing on the sensation of your feet on the ground, can be profoundly therapeutic. The principle is called hormesis, a small, manageable dose of stress that makes the system stronger. Gentle movement helps pump lymphatic fluid, delivers oxygen to your tissues, and, crucially, stimulates mitochondrial biogenesis, which is the process of your body creating new, healthy mitochondria. You are not trying to become a world-class athlete. You are trying to gently coax your cells back to life. Listen to your body with radical honesty. Do less than you think you can, and celebrate that as a win. Consistency with gentle movement will achieve far more than sporadic, heroic efforts that leave you bedbound. Let's put it all together. Imagine what this looks like in practice. You start your day not with a sugary cereal, but with a protein and fat-rich smoothie blended with a scoop of D-Ribose and a handful of spinach. You've swapped your inflammatory cooking oils for olive oil. Throughout the day, you consciously avoid refined carbs and sugars. Your lunch is a large salad with grilled salmon, avocado, and a variety of colorful vegetables. You're supplementing with CoQ10, magnesium malate, and acetyl-l-carnitine. You take a gentle 15-minute walk after lunch. In the evening, instead of zoning out in front of the TV until bedtime, you turn it off an hour early and take a warm bath. You then spend a few minutes doing gentle stretching before getting into a completely dark, cool bedroom. No single action here is a magic pill, but combined, they create a powerful synergistic effect. You are turning down the volume on inflammation, quieting your overactive nervous system, and providing your cells with the precise ingredients and conditions they need to reboot and repair. You are transforming your body from a hostile environment into a healing one. This is the cure that science has been too fragmented to piece together, the one hidden in plain sight. It's not fast, and it's not effortless, but it is logical, it is empowering, and it puts the control back where it belongs. To recap this entire approach, fibromyalgia is fundamentally a crisis of cellular energy, driven by mitochondrial dysfunction and perpetuated by chronic inflammation.
The solution is not to simply mask the symptoms with drugs, but to rebuild cellular health from the ground up. You accomplish this by first removing the primary drivers of inflammation: sugar, refined carbohydrates, and industrial seed oils. Second, you flood your body with mitochondrial fuel through healthy fats, a rainbow of vegetables, and targeted supplements, including CoQ10, magnesium malate, D-Ribose, and acetyl-l-carnitine. Finally, you create the environment for healing through non-negotiable sleep hygiene and gentle, intentional movement. This is a comprehensive, holistic strategy that honors the complexity of your body. It is the roadmap that empowers you to become an active participant in your own recovery. You have suffered in silence for long.